Hello, everybody. Welcome to phase four of my music industry analysis. I'll just get right into it. So, starting off with strengths and weaknesses is a part of the SWOT analysis. I think last time I did opportunities and threats. I guess I'm kind of working on reverse. So, for the strengths, the four major strengths of the music industry are creative expression, because it's your own music, so you can pretty much do whatever you want with it, sound however you want. And diverse opportunities. The music industry is a lot more than just knowing how to play music. It's a lot of different positions and roles people can play that quite frankly don't get mentioned all, because a lot of them are like kind of in the background. You might not get pretty famous from it, but you might get rich but not famous. The global reach that you can get, like just from being in the music industry, like if you upload your music to something like Spotify, this is like a modern example of it. You could potentially, I'm not saying you might blow up, but you could have listeners from like all over the world in different countries or different states, just from like pure happenstance of them just like kind of going into shuffle mode and things just playing. I found a few like lesser known artists just from doing that. So I feel like that's pretty cool. Um, Innovation, that kind of speaks for itself, a lot of times artists will come out with like sounds that we haven't really heard before, or they may do something in a different way that's unfamiliar, and it kind of like sets them on a trajectory to basically becoming their own artist and being identifiable by their style. Some of the weaknesses: intense competition. Competition is really bad. Just because the nature of the business, there are so many different record labels. Like it's crazy. Some are known, some are unknown. You got competition from other big time record labels, of course, and you got competition from independent labels that artists may try to sign to, as opposed to signing a major label contract. Financial instability is a major one. A lot of people talk about this, like artists and in the industry itself. Um, it's not necessarily going to be like a steady afloat with how you make money. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. There are definitely a lot of ups and downs in terms of finances. I'm going to talk about that even more a little later on. Changing trends. The music industry trends change so much, probably more than any other industry I can think of. Um, Examples of that is just like think about artists we may have heard of like 6 months ago. They might have had a song that blew up and went crazy on TikTok or something, and now it's like you don't even hear about them no more. You barely see them anymore. It's like they dropped off the face of the earth. That's kind of one of the weaknesses of being the changing trends. And the last one is just the oversaturation of music. This day and age, any and everybody can make music and upload it pretty much. So it's definitely a lot more options available as opposed to, I'll say even short as like maybe 10, 15 years ago. Um, it's crazy. Those are the strengths and weaknesses. So some of the issues that are running rampant within the music industry, just unethical practices from the labels. A lot of like labels sign artists to bad deals, purposely sign artists to bad deals, contracts, and things like that. Just because of this next issue, it's just because of financial ignorance from the artists, pretty much. Um, a lot of artists that sign, especially in the music industry, a lot of artists that like blow up are pretty young. So when they sign these like major deals, um, that they don't necessarily know how to read a contract. Not knowing how to read a contract can definitely cause a lot of stress and pain within your life, it's like financially, because you end up kind of signing away the rights to your music and the money you get from it. well. Talk about that more too. Lack of industry awareness compared to every other popular entertainment form. Not many people know like actually how to get into the music industry, as opposed to like other industries like say like the sports industry for entertainment. Um, it's pretty like cut and dry how you get to like the NFL or the NBA or MLB or whatever. You play through school, get good enough, you go to college, and then you get drafted to the pros or assigned to a team if you go undrafted if you're good enough. The music industry isn't like as plain like that. It's a lot of like basically perfect circumstance situations that have to happen to really make it big, and to even meet people that are like at a substantial level in the music industry. The picture on the screen of Burger as advertising in reality. A lot of like music executives try to like sell this great idea to the artist that they're going to become like super rich and famous and they're going to live their dreams and things like that. Then when the artist actually signs, because of the financial ignorance, they tend to sign bad deals. And instead of getting the beautiful burgers advertised, they get the sloppy looking one in reality. Solutions for some of these problems. So for the first time label signees to keep from going into like debt and things like that, I think they should have like a salary cap like they do in the NBA. I know for sure, like for rookies, a rookie is only allowed to sign for a certain amount of money, and that's the graphic on the screen right here. Um, that's like the highest paid rookie of all time, and that's like not within a year. That's like the duration of that contract. So I definitely think something like that were to happen for major labels, it could definitely help alleviate a lot of the stresses artists feel when it comes to like signing, especially if they're not fully prepared and knowledgeable about the contract that they sign. I feel like also teaching me about the music business practices in schools, especially starting in high school. I say high school because I feel like that's when most people like can become mature enough to kind of grasp the concept of contracts and agencies and percentages and things like that a little more than like maybe elementary school or middle school. Um, because a lot like even though there are like of course music classes and programs in high schools, but that's pretty much all about playing. Okay, you want to be in the music industry, you have to be aware of this, and that. There's not enough of that going on. The reason why I feel like plays into the unethical contract situation. More focus on financial literacy in grade schools. Um, just from my own experience, I haven't really seen much. Didn't really have like any financial classes or anything like that in school opposed to college. Um, so most of what I know about finance is like from college with my own life experience, or like through other people telling me about things and stuff like that. So I feel like more focus on financial literacy in school would definitely help. Like kind of, it might not teach you everything, but it'll at least teach you enough to where you're not like you're kind of familiar with some of the things that you may see, as opposed to going in completely blind and you get a contract in front of you, you can't really understand what's on. And that's about all I got. So I appreciate you all's time.